You ever watch someone light up an entire room and still wonder if they were ever truly happy? That was Robin Williams. To most of us, he was joy itself, the guy who made us laugh until we cried. From Mrs. Doubtfire to Aladdin to Good Will Hunting, he was always there, somehow always the loudest, funniest, and warmest person in any room. He had this magical way of pulling humor out of thin air, like he wasn't even trying. But the thing is, while he was making the world laugh, he was quietly falling apart inside. Robin wasn't just a comedian, he was a genius. His brain worked at lightning speed. He could go from a British accent to an alien voice to Shakespeare in seconds. No script needed, just Robin and his mind. It was like his thoughts couldn't stay still. He had to let them out or he'd explode. That kind of brilliance is rare, but it comes with a cost. He once said, "Comedy is acting out optimism." And maybe that's what he was doing, acting. Because beneath all the energy was pain. Most people didn't know this, but Robin battled addiction for years. Cocaine, alcohol, it haunted him throughout his life. He got clean for a while, especially after the death of his close friend, John Belushi. That moment shook him. But addiction isn't something you just beat once and walk away from. It lingers. It whispers in your ear when you're alone. And then there was the depression, the quiet kind, the kind that doesn't show on your face but weighs on your soul. The kind where you can still make people laugh but can't feel any of it yourself. Robin gave so much of himself to others, and maybe that's why no one really noticed when things started to get worse. Behind the scenes, he was struggling with something deeper, something scarier. In his final years, he was misdiagnosed with Parkinson's disease. But after he passed, doctors discovered it was something else entirely, a rare brain disease called Lewy body dementia. It messes with your memory, your thinking, your ability to move, and even your sense of reality. Imagine being trapped in your own mind, slowly losing control of who you are. Robin knew something was wrong. He felt his mind slipping. He couldn't remember lines, couldn't trust his thoughts. For someone like him, whose entire gift was his mind, that's beyond terrifying. And he didn't want to burden anyone, not his family, not his friends, not his fans. So he smiled through it. He kept working, kept performing, even when it hurt, even when he knew something was off. And that's what makes his story so heartbreaking. Because Robin gave the world everything: laughter, comfort, escape. But when he needed those things for himself, he felt alone. He once said, "I think the saddest people always try their hardest to make people happy because they know what it's like to feel absolutely worthless, and they don't want anyone else to feel like that." That line hits different now, doesn't it? But Robin wasn't just a sad clown. He was a complex, beautiful, messy human being. He loved people deeply. He was generous to a fault. He'd visit sick children in hospitals. He'd quietly donate to those in need. He'd show up on film sets just to cheer people up. Not for publicity, just because that's who he was. And when he passed in 2014, it felt like the air got knocked out of the world. It didn't feel real. How could someone who made everyone feel better be gone because he couldn't make himself feel okay? But that's the thing about mental illness. It doesn't care how famous you are, or how funny, or how loved. It hides in the shadows. It tells you lies. And sometimes even the brightest lights get swallowed by the dark. Still, Robin's story isn't just one of sadness, it's one of immense impact. His work lives on, his spirit still reaches people. When you watch Dead Poets Society and he says, "Carpe diem, seize the day," it's more than a line, it's a piece of him. He made us laugh, he made us cry, he reminded us to be human, to be kind, to notice the quiet ones, to check on your funny friend, because sometimes they're carrying the heaviest pain. Robin Williams didn't just perform, he gave us permission to feel, to be silly, to be flawed, to be real. And if there's one thing we can do to honor him, it's this: be a little softer with people. You never know what battles they're fighting, because sometimes the ones who smile the most are the ones who need it most in return.